Well, indeed, we do see, a lot of players have been around for a while and they have those relationships and things we will talk about later in this webinar. But you did touch upon the next subject, which is where to begin and further master the dating vertical. So, as I see it, with every product group, vertical, traffic source, Nutra, finance, there are key and, quite frankly, critical considerations to take into account in order to get things started. So from my experience, there's quite a difference in terms of mindset of a Nutra affiliate versus a dating affiliate with regard to how they approach the media buying itself. So, a simple point being the difference in the sheer number of campaigns a dating affiliate runs in order to make the same six figures. So Victor, looking to you, from a media buying perspective, what is the easiest, and maybe easiest is not the right way to frame it, but, a simplified way for an affiliate who doesn't have previous experience running dating offers, but is a good affiliate and, to migrate to this vertical? What kind of things should they consider? Where should they start?
I would say first and foremost, focus. I mean, you're going to read and hear about many different strategies. I would suggest pick one and stick to it. It takes a while to get to a point in which you're getting traction. So you need to pick your spot, spend enough money, get traffic, optimize it. You can keep up that cycle until you've managed to succeed at least in that one spot, and then multiply that several times, and you have a decent portfolio. So if you keep switching approaches, like what I see sometimes with people that are getting started in this vertical, you're always going to struggle to see a good result. You just need to go deep enough so you understand what's working. There are several types of traffic, but I would say display and email are the most common formats in terms of predictable volume and quality. Email is great for volume once you have a good funnel, so you should definitely look into it once you have already some traction. But in display, you have considerably more options to target and optimize, which is, to be honest, what you need at the start. You got to expect your campaigns to not work out well at the beginning. You, in the end, are competing with media buyers who have been optimizing that source for way longer. So just give yourself the time to start small and grow as you can identify what's working for you. In terms of buying models, the most common for this vertical is CPM, although CPC is also possible in many traffic sources. And there's actually still a few ones that are still 100% CPC. If you're starting small and you have good knowledge of our creatives and optimization process, I think CPC might help you get started, just because you're going to put more emphasis on the creative side instead of the volume side. But eventually, CPM is what you're going to need to make it work. It's also important to start small, figure out what works in terms of, on the one side, the funnel. So that's what you would call your banners, your pre-sales, and the offer landing pages. And on the other side, the targeting settings like operating system or browser. The most basic and common strategy to add to that would be to start with a run campaign, usually what's called in dating. Run means run of network. So you're going to run a lot of different spots at once. And then all you got to do is start blacklisting those spots and sources as you optimize the campaign. So whatever works way below average, just you need to exclude. And this way you can eliminate sources in your campaign that are not working as well, but also you kind of get to know what's working much better. And those things you can add to a new campaign, which we can call whitelist campaign. What this allows you to do is you can have a more conservative, more testing setup for the blacklist campaigns and a more aggressive setup for the whitelist campaigns. You see this in many examples, like, if you're running mobile traffic, then pretty quickly you're going to see that iOS is different than Android, and you might want to have this in different campaigns so you can bid different for each of those campaigns. And indeed, like what you mentioned, in one of the main differences in this vertical is the amount of campaigns that you have to have. And it's also the way that you build the campaigns. Because if you have a big campaign that you start to blacklist and create new ones based on what works better, plus also try to cover all the combinations of spots and sources, you're going to end up by having a lot of campaigns at the same time. Then once you've gone through this basic setup, what I recommend is that you commit to flat buys. That means that you're going to have a flat CPM rate for a longer period of time, which is something you need to negotiate with your traffic source account manager. This allows you to run on that spot that you know it's working well, but to do that maybe at a better CPM. And the trade-off, of course, is you're going to have to commit for longer periods. And the second one is to try email. I mean, email is going to allow you to scale pretty quickly, but it has limitations when it comes to what you can optimize. At best, you're looking at being able to optimize the bid and blacklist some list sources. So that's why it's important that before you get into email, you have already a winning flow that you can start with the flats and the email. I mean, if you have experience or high budgets, then you can afford to run through these steps much faster, but the logic is the same in any case.
Well, thanks, Victor. I think that's quite some food for thought already, and I know we're just scratching the surface, so definitely looking forward to diving into those topics further in the coming webinars. Paul, looking at you for this one, I mean, you know, we hear SOI, DOI, PPS, which are all just, you know, conversion flows, easy to Google, so I'll let you all viewers do that, but I wanted to take it a step further with you and, you know, understand how advertisers actually monetize the users. So looking at the difference between, for example, subscription-based dating offers versus token-based offers.
Yeah, that's actually a good question, Maya. Indeed, you know, a lot of people always speak about, hey, is it SOI, is it DOI, is it PPS, which of course is an important question, but I don't hear too many people talking about, hey, what type of offer is this? How is the advertiser monetizing the leads or the users? So yeah, I would say there's two types of monetization ways. One of them being subscription-based, and the other one is token-based. So let me talk you through the differences. To start off with a subscription-based dating offer. Now, in that case, users can buy subscriptions. So usually you see different options. For example, a weekly subscription or a monthly or a yearly subscription. Obviously, the yearly subscription is then the most expensive option in an absolute way, that is, but then relatively seen is the cheapest option. And then subscription means that as long as the user is subscribed, they can chat on the dating platform and make use of the service. If the subscription would run out, usually it gets automatically renewed. So then, yeah, there could be a real benefit in terms of long tail revenue. The other one is token based. Some people say credit based. It's basically the same thing. We usually say token based. This is also what our in-house offers are based on. Works a bit differently. Users need to buy packages of tokens to be able to chat with profiles, to use the service. Again, you would see different price points. So you could buy smaller packages for a lower amount, and you could buy bigger packages of tokens for higher amounts. Again, usually with the logic that the bigger packages are more expensive, but relatively cheaper. Now, of course, users need to have tokens to chat, and if they run out of tokens, they cannot chat anymore, which is then the call to action to buy more tokens. Now, it's not like token is better than subscription per se, or the other way around. It's just different. And I think it's also important to know the difference and what type of offer you're running as an affiliate. We, as Advidi, with token-based dating offers, we can determine quality relatively fast. As you can imagine, that there are more users that purchase something. Of course, if users run out of credits, which is relatively fast, you know, we have a lot of data points to see if the user drops off or does he buy another package, which means he doesn't drop off. With a subscription offer, for example, this same information can take a week with a weekly subscription, but also a month if they're on a monthly subscription. So yeah, this thing with token based offers could be a benefit in terms of testing new sources or angles as an affiliate, because you would get some quality feedback relatively sooner. On the flip side of that, because it's of course cheaper to try a token-based site as a user, these sales are worth less money than with subscription offers. I think in general it's fair to say that the lead to sale ratio on token-based offers is higher than with subscription, but with subscription-based offers, the RPPU is higher, which means average revenue per paying user. I believe we will touch upon these terminologies a little bit later in the webinar. But in general, the RPU, average revenue per user, hence probably what the affiliate CPL payout is based on, could be the same on both a token and a subscription-based offer, but this also heavily depends on just how well an advertiser is able to monetize the leads that you as an affiliate generated. Again, if that sounded a little bit confusing, lead to sale, RPU, RPPU, stick around, because I know that Maya, you're going to ask a question about this later on. So I'll explain it a bit more in depth, but I hope that the difference between token and subscription is a bit more clear now.